next film in the film festival series is The Martian with Matt Damon.
映画に行きたい気分です。楽しみにしています。
I've never ever promoted 3D films unless it's animation. It looks good in animation, but beyond that it's just pure crap. 3D movies are too damn dark. You're wearing these friggin' glasses on your eyes. I hate every friggin' one of them, and I try to avoid them as much as I can. Not successful all the time because I'm living in an area with very few theaters, and the opportunity to see a movie in 3D is not always there. But this time, this 3D version of Mars, when you see the Martian landscape in 3D, oh my God, it's incredible. It's so lifelike and so real, and it makes this movie realistic. It adds energy to this movie. To see Mars in 3D, you've got to see this movie in 3D. This is the preferred format for this film. The Martian is about a disaster that takes place. How humans get to Mars without dying from gamma radiation from outer space is, I don't know, but it doesn't make any sense to me. I guess I have to take that as a part of the fictional point of this movie, comic bookish, because in reality nobody's going to make it to Mars. The gamma radiation will kill them before they get there. To be protected by that, you need like a lead casing. The ship has to be encased in lead this thick, and I'm not kidding you. Otherwise nobody gets to Mars alive. And you have to be within the orbit of Mars to be protected from the gamma radiation, the atmosphere. I mean the magnetism of Mars and Earth and the Moon would protect a human being from gamma radiation, but once you're out in space, you're on your own, and you will not make it. Putting all that aside, which was a stickler for me in this movie, this is an adventure story. It's what happens when there's this huge, uncalculated storm for these new arrivals to Mars. Suddenly they feel they gotta get out. They have to leave. They panic, they run for it, they get on their ship. One of them gets knocked down. His device, which shows his life limit, is damaged because a metal spike goes through that and into him. So they think he's dead because of that, and he's not dead, he's just stuck. He's left there on Mars, the suit sealed up because of the metal and the blood. So that's why he survived. His suit woke him up because it was running out of air. He's left alone on the planet to fend for himself. One disaster, he starts growing food to be able to survive for the next ship that's going to be sent his way with supplies and to pick him up. To rescue him, he has to use his wits and all his knowledge about how everything works to create a micro farm inside the Mars station, planet-based station, which falls apart because there's an explosion. There's apparently an atmospheric leak. So maybe a little piece of Mars material went through or damaged it enough to cause a atmospheric explosion, which ripped the whole place apart, and he lost his food supply. They do show him gradually suffering from a disease known as scurvy. Not enough vitamins in the food that he's eating, so his body starts breaking out in all these horrible sores. But this is also a lighthearted movie. It's not serious throughout. We do get to see these really cool pieces of equipment, some fictional, some actual, that he's using to rescue himself with, and the ingenuity you see see him thinking all the time and coming up with solutions to every problem that comes up and using the basics of whatever he can find to make it work. And is building a satellite communication system from old parts, which everything in here is logical except for the trip to Mars, and then taking off in Mars in a ship specifically designed to take him into a higher orbit. He has to throw away almost everything on that ship. The ship takes him up into a high orbit. He does get rescued. It's very close because you only have one chance. The crew actually decides to go back and save him against orders of the head of NASA. They circulate around the Earth to pick up speed, change course, and the Chinese very graciously donate a rescue spaceship which docks with supplies to help them make the 15-month-old journey back to Mars to rescue their buddy, and all's well that ends well in the end of this film. But what an adventure! Oh my God, it's so beautifully done. I love the fact that this is a smart, well put together film. They're really thinking here in this movie. They put out the effort, they put out the time, they made a splendid film. You'll love this very much. And don't forget, it looks absolutely beautiful in 3D. I would never see this movie without 3D unless it were, a TV movie or something. The Martian, what a great movie.